What about it, YouTube? Alright, well, I don't know what to think anymore. I don't know if Trump is trolling the entire planet. And if he is he doing it alone? Or is that the plan? To troll the entire planet? And why I say that is, you can literally have just about any opinion of what is happening right now that you want to have, and you can find a reason to back it up. In this casino of ideas, I was going to walk out because there's not a bet out there that I feel safe with. You've got people sitting at the Trump's about to be impeached table any minute, and they fully believe it's about to happen, and they're just chomping at the bit, waiting for it to happen. They're fully convinced that's what's about to happen. They're fully convinced that Pelosi and their group is going to run the country for the next 2 years and on out as they take over the White House. Fully convinced. Okay? Then you've got people sitting at another table over here. They're sitting at the Q table. And the Q table actually has little sub-tables everywhere. You can sit at the JFK Jr. is alive still table and working with Q and the president, and that they're taking revenge on the deep state for killing Kennedy. You can sit at that table, or you can sit at the Mueller is a good guy, and he's been tying up the Democrats with a bullshit story investigation on purpose so that they'd have something to believe that had teeth, but he knows all along it has none, just to have them chase their tail and get, confused as to this investigation. You can sit at that table with Mueller, or you can sit at the Mueller's going to jail or prison because he was part of Uranium One, or you can go to the Pelosi, Hillary, the deep state. They're all Brennan. They're all about to be tried under military tribunals, and they've got Gitmo. You can sit at the Gitmo table. They got Gitmo running back, up and running, and they were priming Kavanaugh about during wartime, trying American citizens under military tribunals. And you've got these executive orders that took effect at the first of the year that had to do with emergency powers. So you can sit at all these different tables. What do you want to believe? What do you want to believe right now? It's nuts. It's nuts. JFK Jr. alive, maybe, and he might be this guy Vincent, somebody that shows up at the Trump rallies. There are some curious things. Like, you see these envelopes that apparently were at the Bush funeral that certain people got, and certain reactions that they caught of the people. You got Pence getting one of these envelopes. You got Pence getting a secret note handed to him at another event by some lady, and she's all shuffling around and sneaking him a note. It gets caught on camera. And you got people saying, Mueller's good or Mueller's bad. You got people saying that Pence is good or Pence is bad, a pedophile, satanic pedophile. Okay. Oh yeah, you can sit at the Pizzagate. The pedophiles are all about to be rounded up, and that's what Trump's doing. And there's executive orders that have to do with that. He's publicly said stuff that could back that up. And there's been some arrests, I guess. But people are looking for this big event, You've even got some saying we need to have a national emergency. Alex Jones, who said, hell no to FEMA, hell no to the government and martial law. How dare them? I'm a patriot, damn it. And we won't stand for it. And now he's on the bandwagon of we need martial law, we need a national emergency. You know, careful what you wish for. This guy Barr, he's totally anti-gun and totally CIA. I mean, he's more deep state than the deep state. So why is he being pushed by Trump? That makes no sense. No sense. And why does nobody ever get in trouble? I mean, Judicial Watch, it's just more and more in your face. You know, we watched for years and years Trey Gowdy chew people out and nobody gets in trouble. Nobody loses their job. Nobody gets indicted. Nobody goes to prison. Everybody's upside down the other, corrupt. And now you got, Judicial Watch throwing down in your face corruption left and right daily. You know, whether it's Benghazi or Pelosi's abuse of the Air Force and travel and I mean, you know, and I guess they had a huge March for Life. I mean, just absolutely enormous March for Life turnout, and that doesn't get covered at all. And you got, ever since we announced we're getting out of Syria, it's like Israel's been given the green light to shoot shit and kill people in Damascus, fire missiles, and they'll hide behind passenger airliners so they can't use the anti-air defense because it might hit the... So why isn't that being stopped? Why isn't Russia condemning Israel for flying over Lebanon and shooting missiles and stuff into Damascus? You realize how many Christians have been killed? And when we talk about allies, why is it Israel is what we talk about? The Jews are our ally. The Jews are our ally. You know? And then certain countries in the Middle East, Muslims are our ally. Why does nobody talk about how there's Christians in the world that are our ally? Why is that not our ally anywhere? Why aren't we protecting Christians anywhere? Why do we allow the Jewish Bolshevik regime to butcher out Christians? Why do we allow them to butcher them out in Armenia? Why do we allow them to butcher them out right now in history in Palestine? Why are we allowing Christians to be butchered out around the world? No one speaks out. And how about the Christians in South Africa right now? No one speaks out and condemns the violence and attacks on Christians. But we got to worry all about if a bottle rocket was launched into Israel. I got some questions, man. I mean, I can't leave any bets out there, but I got some questions. You know, if Q is right and sit back and eat the popcorn is the story, and watch the show, enjoy the show, that's what these guys on 8chan are saying. Just chill and watch as Trump plays, eighth dimensional chess and knocks out the deep state with military tribunals and the rest of it. Just sit back and chill. Well, I got some questions, man. Like, your son-in-law. I'm sure you like him, right? He looks like the poster boy for soy. You know, you must have taught Ivanka that money makes you handsome. But anyway, Captain Soy, what's the address that he so desperately needed and offered triple the market value for? What was the address? Like 666? Why was that so important to him? And does that not raise a question to you, being in the family? Does that not, and being into property, does that not bother you at all? I would feel weird with that address. I would feel sick. I would gladly sell it to your son-in-law. For, like, I don't know, I'd probably give it to him. I'd feel weird getting money for something like that. Why is that important to him? Why are you on a coin with Cyrus, a temple shekel in Israel that talks about the Balfour Declaration? You know about that document, I'm sure, right? You know how many American lives were lost because of that document getting us into World War I, and how that changed the course of history, and has American lives today dying in the Middle East because of that. As you give lip service to leaving, have we left? Are we leaving? Are we leaving 100%? Are we leaving? We're taking 5 guys out and calling it leaving? What is leaving? Are we leaving and that means Israel has the get-go to let go to do whatever they want? What does leaving mean, man? Does it mean we're protecting any Christians, is my question? Does that ever come up in any of your State Department or defense talks? Does it ever come up that maybe we ought to, protect some Christians? You know? I mean, it would still be weird, but at least it would be talked about and criticized if they had you with the Pope, or they had you with, Charlemagne on a Rome, Vatican shekel. Or it wouldn't be a shekel, a Vatican coin. Okay? Well, we know everybody shit their pants, right? We know it'd be all over the news. What's Trump doing? He's in bed with the Pope. Look at this. This is evidence of collusion. This is bullshit. But you're on a coin with Cyrus that relates to the third temple, that relates to all this end times nonsense. And the institutionalized rejection of Jesus stepping forward in their plot to take over God's creation and remake it in their own image. John 8:42-44, the children of the devil. The Spirit of the Lord was with them when they were chosen for a time. These people they hearken back to, although their genetics don't have nothing to do with it because they're Khazarian, right? But whatever, all right? We'll go with their little bullshit story that they're chosen, or that they were chosen, okay? I'll give you that much. You were chosen. How were you chosen? You were chosen because you had the Holy Spirit. And you were prophesied to that there would be a Messiah that would come so that you would not only know God through the Holy Spirit, but you would know God through His Messiah. Through Him revealing Himself in the flesh. While still the Holy Spirit is there. God's unknowable. He's much more than Jesus or the Holy Spirit. But that's how we know Him. And you killed Him. And you created a bullcrap religion behind it. This Judaic bullcrap. Doesn't have anything to do with the old time stuff. Because you lost the Spirit of God when you killed Jesus. The Spirit of God resides in the hearts of those who love Jesus. That's where it is. Guess who's chosen now? Guess what Israel is now? You're LARPing around with the word at this point. You don't deserve that word. So I have questions for this whole... I don't know. I don't know where to place my bets. I don't know what's going to happen here in the future. But I'll tell you this much. Please, do yourself a favor. Stay away from all groups. All. Except Team Jesus. Do yourself that favor. Team Jesus. And We Are Strange and the rest of it, they're coming out and they're saying that that Q was a LARP, that Q was a bullshit story, that Q was two guys, having a fun time in their basement. But I'm going to take a line from We Are Strange. Be the change you want to see in the world. In other words, do unto others as you would have done. Create a polite society around you. And let that be your example. But don't join groups. Don't get excited. Watch out if there's this national emergency and bars in place. Did you hear what he just said to Feinstein about the whole thing when it comes to guns? It's a mess out there, folks. It's a mess. Tell me what you think in the comments. Later.